Alright, so here's my lawnmower, and I went ahead and took the air filter cover off and this little access cover off here, one screw, and I went ahead and set the governor probably about another, I'm doing this by ear, I'm going to guess maybe another 800 RPMs, because it just wasn't cutting it before. I think that spring was a little slacked out. Way better now though. I went ahead and gave the blade a fresh sharpen last week when I put it away. We got a fresh sharpen on that blade, and it is a mulching blade. So it really got through the grass, no problem at all this time. It didn't leave any noticeable clippings behind, you can see. So it basically went ahead and made them little microscopic pieces like it's supposed to do with the mulching blade on there, mulching mower. I think it looks pretty nice. As I've said before, one week I'll mow it, this way, the next week I'll mow it this way. That's why you can kind of see that cross pattern. That way you don't get ruts in it. Yes, my tortoises are enjoying the grass. They love to eat holes in it. I don't dig that too much, but what else are you going to do? That's what they do. Tell you, I thought about buying a brand new Toro or a Honda, but I got this thing for free back probably 16 years ago or so, I'm thinking. And it's worked great all this time. I change the oil once a year, sharpen the blade, a couple times a year. Make sure it's got fuel stabilizer in it for the winter, and I don't know, I just can't justify buying a new one with as well as this thing works for me. And it's not a huge, amount of grass I put in here. So am I really going to spend $400 on a new mower for this? Nah, this one works great. Especially now that I turned the governor up another 800 RPM, whatever it is. It really gets through it no problem at all. And I do have the bag for it. I just prefer to mulch. So like a lot of other people out there, I'm sure I'm using this universal string trimmer line you get at Walmart or wherever. Kind of sucks. It doesn't last very long. Got to bump the head a lot. Obviously doesn't want to focus either, does it? There we go. But anyway, I changed over to some other stuff. I don't have the package here. It's a twisted line made by Shakespeare. Man, does it work great. This stuff here, I think I had to bump the head maybe 2 or 3 times the entire time. That works real well. But I forgot I had this. I bought this big old roll of stuff here when it was on clearance at Lowe's, and I forgot I even had it. Some Husqvarna titanium force. Says it's professional grade, maximum cutting power. It's got little, doesn't have the twist like the Shakespeare. It's got little, let's see, it's got little lines cut in it. But anyways, I guess I'll start using this stuff. See how that works. Alright, so we're going to fire the weed eater up and go out there and go ahead and trim around it. I've only used this attachment once for the edge. I just usually, turn it sideways and plenty good. Maybe I'll go ahead and use it this time. What the heck? See how it works out. Alright, I'm doing this all one-handed, so probably not going to be able to see it too well. But all you got to do is basically push this little quick release. And this whole bottom comes right off. Like I said, I usually don't use this. I can do it just as well with that string trimmer head. But what the heck, we'll throw it on there. Here's this. Just has your edging blade. I've only used it once the whole time I've had it. But you see it locks right in. And we're done. Show you what that looks like. There you go. I mean, that literally took a couple seconds, and now you got that attachment on there. So I don't think I'm going to be able to weed eat it and film it at the same time. So I'll do it, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Alright, so I went ahead and used the edger on it. I mean, it does the job. It gives it a clean line, but I still have to go over it again with the string trimmer anyway, you know, to feather in the edges. So, I personally think just the string trimmer itself does a better job. I mean, let me clean this up. I actually prefer the string trimmer itself. Still got to clean all this crap up. So let me go over it with the string trimmer real quick. Okay, hopefully you can see this. There's been a lot of people online saying that you should switch over to the battery-powered equipment. If you like it, that's up to you. You can do what you want. I don't. This is my blower. This is the most difficult machine I have to start. The weed eater starts on the first or second pull every time, no exceptions. The lawnmower starts on the first pull every time. Like I said, this here is the most difficult machine to start, and I'm going to show you. It's really not that hard. You prime it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put it on start. Put it on full choke. 1. Okay, it wants to run. Put it on half choke. Have 2 pulls. 3, 4. If that's too difficult for you to use gas-powered equipment, I don't know what to tell you. Once it starts, it's not going to die. You can see I instantly put it on low idle, no problemos. It's all about keeping your equipment maintained, using the correct fuel, and using a stabilizer in the winter, or just draining your fuel out. Alright, stand by and I'll show you the finished product in a minute here. Alright, so I'm going to fertilize my lawn now. This will be the first time I fertilized it. I'm going to go ahead and use the Milorganite. And before I do that, I'll show you the finished product of the lawn. Alright, so here's the finished product. And as you can see by my equipment, I'm not a professional lawn care service. I've just always taken care of my own lawns. You know, when I was young, maybe 10, 11 years old, I used to go around with my lawnmower and I would mow all the lawns in the neighborhood and make extra money. But I got into sprinklers. I started fixing people's sprinklers. I enjoy it. But now I just take care of my own lawn. So I'll show you the edges here. I did go back over it after I used the edger. I went over it with the string trimmer. I just like using that. Honestly, I find it a lot easier to do. Easier to hold. Doesn't hurt your back as much. You have to bend over for that edger. Now this here, I try not to scalp it when I get up here with the weed eater. I try to leave just a little bit of natural stuff by the rocks. You know, that way it doesn't look too man-made. And I did plant a couple of California poppies in here. See how I kind of leave it there? I mean, I could do a clean line, but I kind of like that look. I did put a couple California poppies in here too. They're just now coming up. And I'm very careful not to cut those. There's one there. I guess only a couple have come up. Okay, here's one over here. And then here's a little guy starting to come up here. Guess here's my pear tree. And the tortoises will come over and eat that. See, this here isn't a defect with the grass or anything. This is actually the tortoises. They come over and they eat that grass, and they've really done a number on it. But it'll grow back. And I haven't got right up to the trees yet. I usually go over those with the little shears so I don't hit the bark with my string trimmer. Now some of you guys may say you should go this way one week, this way the next week, and diagonal the next week, and then repeat the process. And I agree with you. You probably should do that. Or you could even go this way 1 week, this way 1 week, diagonal 1 week, diagonal the other way the next week, and then repeat the process. There's nothing wrong with that, and I totally agree. I just use the crisscross method. This way 1 week, this way 1 week. Seems to work pretty good for me. I really do like these California poppies. That's probably my favorite flower of all time there. So yeah, here's my lawn. That's how I do it. The wrong right way. This is my right way. And I've got some California poppies growing up here. They'll probably be flowering pretty soon. Got a bunch of lizards living in here. Every so often I'll see a snake going through. Have a lot of quail that come back here. Just trying to make it wildlife friendly and attract the most wildlife we can back here. And this will be the first time I fertilize the lawn. So I'm going to go ahead and put that Milorganite down. Not going to show you me doing that. That's pretty self-explanatory. There's a log I brought in, a hollowed out log, so creatures can live in it. Here's just a little fountain, nothing spectacular, and just to attract birds and whatnot. Alright, thanks for watching. There's my lawn. Hope you enjoy it. Comments, likes, dislikes, conversations, everything's appreciated. If you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I don't have my channel monetized. There's no reason for it. I don't get that many views, and I really don't care. I just like posting videos. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.